All right, buckle up, everyone, because today we're diving headfirst into some news that's sending shockwaves through the financial world.
Oh, yeah, this is a big one.
It's Robinhood,
You know them, right?
the app that basically put investing in everyone's pocket.
Made it easy, made it fun, but
Their recent Hood Summit 2024 just dropped some major hints that they're aiming for
way more.
than just being that beginner app.
Yeah, they're like graduating or something.
Exactly.
You want to play with the big kids now.
They're looking at attracting those hardcore investors.
The active traders, the ones who live and breathe the market.
And just to prove they're serious,
Oh, they brought out the big guns.
they unveiled
Drum roll, please.
Robinhood Legend.
Their brand spanking new desktop platform.
Yeah, this is interesting, right? Because Robinhood, they made their name with that super sleek mobile app.
Yeah, easy to use, on the go.
But with Legend, they're acknowledging
What we've all been thinking.
that serious traders,
The ones moving big money.
they need more.
They need the power and customization that you only really get on a desktop.
And Robinhood's chief product officer basically confirmed this.
He was like, this is for you guys?
Straight up said
Speed, sophistication, and personalization.
when he was talking about Legend.
Basically laying out the red carpet for experienced traders.
And they're not just talking a good game either.
Oh no, they packed this thing with features.
Customizable interface, advanced charting tools, blazing fast execution speeds.
They really went all out.
It's like they took everything you'd find on a professional trading platform
You know the ones, the expensive ones.
and just dropped it right into the Robinhood world.
Which is a smart move, if you ask me.
Why is that?
Well, think about it. More and more everyday people are getting into active trading.
It's true. Everyone wants to be the next Wolf of Wall Street.
Exactly. And Robinhood's trying to tap into that.
By offering the tools that were once only available.
On those platforms you mentioned, TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, but Robinhood's not stopping there. No, sir.
It's not just about a fancy new platform, is it?
They're also expanding the playground, so to speak.
Giving you more ways to play the game.
Futures, index options.
Oh, and they threw in a real curveball.
This one's a head-scratcher.
Presidential election swaps.
Wait, what?
You heard that right.
Betting on the election, is that even legal?
Well, let's break it down.
Okay, so futures and options first.
Adding those is a big deal because
It's like going from playing checkers to chess.
they open up a whole new world of trading strategies.
And risk levels, gotta be careful with those.
Futures and options, they demand a deeper understanding of the market.
It's not for the faint of heart.
But it's exactly the kind of thing that experienced traders crave.
The more sophisticated tools, the more control, the higher the potential rewards.
So you're saying Robinhood's going for that sophisticated vibe?
Oh, absolutely. They're trying to appeal to the pros.
But back to the election swaps.
Yeah.
Because I'm still,
I know, it's wild, right?
like, can I really just bet on who's going to win the presidency?
It is legal, but
There's a,
it's definitely stirring up some controversy.
and rightfully so, I think.
These swap contracts let two people essentially,
Wager, basically.
yeah, on the election outcome.
So the value of the contract goes up or down?
Depending on who's looking like they're going to win,
So if I think candidate A is going to win,
you could buy a contract.
and if they do, I cash in.
You got it, but if they lose,
I'm out of luck.
that's the gamble.
And that's why some people are calling this,
Political gambling.
which raises some serious ethical questions.
Like, are we turning elections into a casino?
Could this create incentives for people to try and manipulate the market?
Or even influence the election itself?
It's a slippery slope.
It's definitely something we need to keep a close eye on.
So we've got Robinhood making this big play for serious traders. They've got the platform, they've got the trading options.
But are they really ready to put their money where their mouth is?
Are they going to give people a reason to actually switch over?
Well, they're trying.
What do they have up their sleeve?
Heck, they're offering bonuses, and not just small ones either.
Oh, tell me more.
If you transfer your entire brokerage account to Robinhood,
The whole thing.
they'll give you up to 3% bonus money.
3% just for switching.
And if you're a Robinhood Gold member,
Their premium service.
we get a 3% bonus on IRA transfers as well.
That's a pretty sweet deal.
They're definitely trying to sweeten the pot.
But is that enough to convince people to abandon their current platforms?
Especially those who are already comfortable
Beat the big names.
and used to those more advanced features.
That's the big question, isn't it?
Can Robinhood convince the skeptics?
Can they shake off that beginner app image and become a real player in the big leagues?
That's what we'll be digging into in the next part of our deep dive.
We'll be looking at the public's reaction to all these announcements
And analyzing whether Robinhood can actually deliver on its promises.
and compete with those heavyweight champions of the trading world.
It's going to be fascinating, so stay tuned.
You don't want to miss this. Okay, so we've seen what Robinhood's cooking up.
They're big plans.
But the real question is, what does everyone else think about all this?
Yeah, is the public cheering them on?
Or are they raising an eyebrow?
It's a real mixed bag out there.
You scroll through the comments online.
And you see both sides of the coin.
Some people are over the moon about these new features.
Especially that Robinhood Legend platform.
I saw people saying things like, finally, a desktop platform that doesn't feel like an afterthought.
And futures trading on Robinhood, I'm so there.
So there's definitely excitement, especially from people who...
They've been wanting more, you know?
They've outgrown the basic app.
But they still like how easy Robinhood is to use.
But on the other hand, you've got those seasoned traders.
The ones who've been around the block.
And they're not so sure.
They're skeptical, wondering if Robinhood can really hang.
With the big boys, like Fidelity or Schwab.
When it comes to the really important stuff.
Like order execution, research tools, customer support.
Those are make or break for serious traders.
They're trying to teach an old dog new tricks, right?
Yeah, can Robinhood really shake off that beginner label?
And convince the pros to switch teams.
That's the challenge. They've got to prove themselves.
Show they're more than just a fun, gamified app.
A serious platform for serious traders.
So, what needs to happen for Robinhood to succeed in this new arena?
Well, a few things.
First and foremost, they absolutely have to get those new products right.
No half measures.
Especially Robinhood Legend.
All those fancy features are great.
But it needs to be rock solid, reliable.
No glitches, no delays.
Super fast. With all the advanced tools that pros expect.
They can't afford any slip-ups.
If they want to play in the big leagues.
They need a major league platform.
And the same goes for those new trading options.
Integrating futures and options, it's got to be seamless.
Pricing needs to be clear. Execution flawless.
The whole experience needs to be smooth and intuitive.
No room for error.
Especially considering Robinhood's past.
They've had some hiccups, right?
Outages, technical issues, that whole GameStop thing.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look.
This is their chance to show they've learned from those mistakes.
Built a system that can handle the pressure.
The increased complexity, the higher volume.
So basically, they need to walk the walk.
And not just talk the talk.
But even with a perfect platform, there's another hurdle.
Attracting enough experienced traders.
To make this whole thing sustainable.
You need a critical mass of users.
Otherwise, it's just a ghost town.
It's that chicken and egg problem.
You need the platform to attract traders.
And you need traders to make the platform worth using.
And that's where those bonuses come in.
Trying to entice people to switch.
At least initially.
But in the long run, they need more than just money.
They need to build trust.
Credibility within the trading community.
Show that they're serious about serving experienced traders.
Not just chasing the latest fad.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, right?
Exactly. They need to be in it for the long haul.
And then there's the elephant in the room.
Those election swaps.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
What potential pitfalls are lurking there?
Well, for one, they're in uncharted territory with the regulations.
Financial products tied to political events. It's never been done before.
So regulators are going to be watching very closely.
Making sure everything is above board.
No funny business.
And making sure there aren't any unintended consequences.
Like what kind of consequences?
Well, think about it. What if these election swaps become super popular?
Everyone's betting on the election.
It could create a whole new way to manipulate the market.
People trying to profit from inside information.
Or even trying to influence the election itself.
So there's a real risk that these swaps could be used.
To game the system, either for financial gain.
Or to sway the political landscape.
It's a dangerous game.
And then there's the ethical debate we talked about earlier.
Some people just don't like the idea of profiting from politics.
They say it turns elections into a casino.
Erodes trust in both the financial system and the political process.
So Robinhood's walking a tightrope here.
Trying to appeal to those seasoned traders.
While also pushing the boundaries with something as controversial as election swaps.
It's a high-stakes gamble.
If they pull it off, they could change the game completely.
But if they stumble, it could be a major setback.
So what does all this mean for the average person?
What should you be thinking about as you watch this unfold?
So it seems like Robinhood's at a real turning point.
Yeah, trying to grow up, but taking some risks along the way.
It makes you wonder, what does this all say about the bigger picture? The whole financial world?
It definitely shows you things are changing.
How so?
Well, for one, the lines are getting blurry.
Between what?
Investing, trading, speculation.
It's all kind of blending together.
Exactly, and technology is a big part of that.
Making things easier to access, right?
More than ever before, Regular people can get into markets that used to be
exclusive.
Yeah, like only for institutions, the super wealthy.
So it's like the whole financial world is opening up.
It's becoming democratized, you could say.
Which sounds good on the surface.
It can be empowering, no doubt.
People taking control of their own finances.
Participating in things they never could before. There's always a but.
What's the catch?
Well, more access doesn't always mean more understanding.
People might jump into things they don't fully grasp.
Complex strategies, risky products.
Without realizing the potential consequences.
It's like handing someone a race car without any driving lessons.
You might get a thrill out of it, but
it could also end badly.
So how do we make sure this democratization of finance is a good thing?
How do we balance the opportunities with the risks?
It's a tough question.
There's no easy answer, but a few things come to mind.
Like what?
First off, we need better financial education.
People need to understand the basics. Investing 101.
The difference between long-term growth and trying to get rich quick.
And how to manage risk, that's crucial.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to money.
Makes sense. What else?
Well, regulation plays a role, too.
Making sure things are fair.
Right. That these new platforms and products are being offered responsibly.
Protecting investors, especially those who are new to the game.
Right. Some guardrails are needed.
To prevent people from taking on too much risk.
Exactly. But maybe even more important is a shift in mindset.
What do you mean?
Well, we need to get away from this get-rich-quick obsession.
It's everywhere you look.
But investing shouldn't be seen as a gamble.
It's about building long-term wealth.
Making smart choices, understanding that nothing's guaranteed.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So as we see Robinhood trying to evolve, trying to attract a more sophisticated crowd.
It's a good reminder that the whole financial landscape is changing.
And we're all part of that change.
Absolutely. And the best way to navigate it
is to stay informed.
Be engaged. Keep learning.
Don't just chase the hype.
Do your research. Understand the risks. Make decisions that align with your goals.
And your comfort level.
And don't be afraid to ask questions.
The more you know, the better off you'll be.
Exactly. Knowledge is key in this new era of investing and trading.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Robinhood's big move.
We've covered a lot of ground.
From their new platform and trading options.
To the public's reaction and the future of finance itself.
It's a fascinating time to be following all this, and we'll definitely be keeping an eye on how things develop.
Absolutely. Lots more to come.
As always, thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
We appreciate you tuning in.
Keep those questions coming, keep those conversations going, and most importantly,
keep learning.
Until next time, happy investing.